What's up everybody, Loanid here, and I know that I haven't created any videos in lately. I've been streaming a lot, which is way easier for me and way more relaxing and enjoyable due to the fact that I actually can communicate with my viewers. But never mind, I wanted to bring out a video, and it is about the IS-7 line. Yes, it is a guide, which personally I'm going to give you the tips that I thought were very helpful for me, and I'm going to review the tanks that you're going to be playing. And the first tank which I'm going to review is the tier 1 tank, the MS-1. Let's get right into it. Alright, here's a comparison of the MS-1 to the other tier 1 tanks. And one thing that sticks out is that it has the highest DPM value of the other tanks. It also has the highest penetration rate and the highest damage, which makes the gun actually really good. But it comes with a serious downside, and that is the fact that it has an aim time of 2.4 seconds. And a dispersion value of 0.44. I know 0.44 doesn't sound bad, but it will be bad in game, especially compared to other higher tier tanks. But at tier 1 I think it is okay, but you will be suffering. But another thing to mention is the fact that it has 32 kilometers per hour speed, which is pretty good. It's an average, which I enjoy a lot. And it has a power to weight ratio of 11.24, so it's going to be reacting rather fast, which is nice. It has, compared to the other tier 1 tanks, rather good armor, but to be honest, at tier 1 you're not talking about armor, not at all. It has 100 hit points, which is a huge downside of that tank, because honestly, if the enemy knows what he's doing, he's going to take you out really fast. And to mention is also the fact that this tank has only 280 meters of view range. But okay, now that we actually talked about the performance of this tank, how about we get into some gameplay footage? Alright, let's start it off. Woot.
Alright, here we go in our first matchup with the MS-1. We're running the stock gun, which is the 38mm Hodgkins, on the map Mittengard, having 8 team members. So it's an 8 versus 8 battle. Oh man, and as you can see, this map is way too small, and that's why you only see it at tier 1. Our team is already spotted and is taking serious damage. And what also happens on this map is that people just camp the hill, so we're trying to get some serious shots into the enemy, but this is a perfect example of the accuracy and the aim time of this gun. It's a disgrace. You reload faster than you aim in, so you're left with a choice. Either after you reload, you fire that weapon and hope to get a hit, so as soon as you're capable of shooting the enemy, you do so, or you actually wait for the aim to actually be able to get a more precise shot. So you're always in between, and because I'm a freaking greedy sausage, I decide to fire as soon as I can. But yeah, so I prepare for the light tractor, realize that he's actually mid, so there's no need to cover the right flank, and then I see that the enemy's pushing to the left. And this is how you want to engage enemies, right? You want to sit back and take your shots, aim. In this case, the enemy is actually presenting their side to us, so we're having no issues, dealing some good damage. But as you can see, it's still such a drag with the accuracy of this gun. It's unbearable, to be honest. Alright. So that is one big bad feature of the MS-1, the gun itself. Oh my goodness. Alright, the light tractor is going to camp that side. And because we just don't have the capabilities, we have to wait for him to move away. So the alpha is great, the penetration of the gun is great, but the accuracy is its huge downside. And that makes this tank unbearable to play almost. So my advice to you, if you're playing this tank, be extremely careful about what you do, because you can, with 100 hit points, you can get killed easily, and while you try to reply fire, you might as well just miss every second shot, or third. For example this, I miss, I try again, I miss again. Unfortunately, the FT seems not to be the best player, so he's concentrating his fire on me, trying to destroy the building and then take me out, but that doesn't work for him. My teammate finishes him almost off. He gets confused, and bingo. That's a good game. There we go. Wow. Okay, and recap. I want to review the Hodgkins, the 38mm Hodgkins, just because that's a special feature of this replay. You're gonna most likely just gonna play one battle or two battles with this gun. I would tell you, do not load high explosives. This thing doesn't have the best penetration value with high explosives. Like 19mm is not going to be good enough, especially not for tier 2, which can happen. Run around with AP. Take your time with the shots and try to not move too much while you're trying to engage the enemy. Get a good spot where you may be like slightly camp heavy but effective at the same time. All right, let's get into the second replay with the upgraded gun, and here we go. Here we are in our second battle with the MS-1, this time having the upgraded gun, the 45mm Mod 1932 on the map Winter Himmelsdorf. Our team is full, so it's a 15 versus 15 battle. And one thing to note is that we are in a tier 1 game, so players don't have too much knowledge about what is going on around them. They all decide to push mid, or most of them at least. So the flanks are completely left open. They all try to get over to the enemy side as fast as possible to deal some damage, which is not the thing we want to do. So because we have more knowledge concerning positioning, we go and secure the flank, hoping that we could maybe get a shot onto a greedy bastard enemy. Sorry about my language, but yeah, greedy enemy, and take out that player, dealing some good damage. But in this situation there will be nobody pushing, which is rather unfortunate. We can also during this time talk about the fact that this Commando Cupola looks like a huge freaking mushroom, and because it is so large, you don't want to go in a situation where you have to crest the ridge and push over a hill possibly to get a shot at the enemy, because the enemy will already see you coming. The enemy will already see this mushroom slowly getting up that hill. They will take their shots while you're having to wait until you're over the ridge. Never mind, the light tractor disappeared. Because I'm expecting him to push this side, I set up a good shot. Now we can talk about another huge downside of this tank. The fact that it only has 280 meter view range. And this light tractor was right in front of me. He was able to aim in and take a good shot while I didn't have any clue that he was there. But in this case, so I decided to pull back because you want to be safe than sorry, better safe than sorry. And the enemy are stacking up on the track side, so I'm going to look if I can get a sneaky shot out. Oh, that snapshot failed. Alright, another thing to mention. Hooray, do not snapshot with this gun. Accuracy sucks. Yes. Okay, so I see the T1 moving up. Possibly I'll get a good shot at him. But he doesn't come around the corner. Never mind, I track him and set up this tank to get destroyed by my teammates. Teammates? Never mind, I'm just having too much fun right now. Oh, the light tractor from the side. I did not expect that at all, but I will get my revenge. Even if I have to shoot through the building. OP as fuck. Never mind. Okay, so the enemies aren't spotted anymore. I have no clue what is happening, so I decide to pull back. You want to be passive aggressive in this MS-1 tank. Set up a good shot, wait for the enemy to push around the corner, because if you are the one pushing, you might as well miss almost every shot, as I just talked about it in the former replay. Okay, we see the T2 light coming up, and we're just preparing everything. I've got high explosive loaded, and let's hope that I can get a good shot into him. Finally! And I get a good penetration. Worth it. So I do have AP armor piercing shells in my loadout. I should have loaded them at this point, but I didn't, because I kind of thought that I could get a good shot through his side armor. But turns out I bounce. What the crap? High explosive bounces. Deal freaking 6 damage. Oh my goodness. He decides to surround me. And now this is going to be an interesting situation. So, look at this. He exposes his side armor to me. I have a beautiful shot. I decide to shoot, but because the accuracy is not that great, instead of hitting in on the side armor, I track him and die. Holy smacks. But never mind, that is the last enemy, and he will be get killed very soon. Let's get back to the review. What do I think about the MS-1? Well, I think that it's strongly underperforming compared to the other tier 1 tanks. It just has such a bad accuracy, a freaking slow aim time. If you don't have a 100% crew, you might reload faster than you aim in. So, like I said, you come into this weird situation where you either have to decide to get off that shot and fire at the enemy, or actually wait another 1 or 2 seconds until you are sure that you'll hit the target, and even then you might miss. So it's kind of weird. Low hit points. One thing that stands out a lot. 100 hit points, not enough. Good. The good thing about this tank, the fact that it has such a good armor, like penetration rate, and the damage is outstanding. So I think one of the best damage outputs for tier 1. If you hit the target, you hit it right. If it's a tier 1 tank, you only need 2 shots. Simple as that. I would suggest running high explosives, but take a few AP shells with you so that you can penetrate tier 2 tanks, just in case. Anything else I want to talk about? Not really. I mean, the effective range would be close due to the fact that it has such an inaccurate gun, but because you only have 100 hit points, it is rather a bad idea to get in close combat with an enemy. Oh yeah, and the other downturn, fact that this freaking mushroom up on the turret, the commander cupola, is so large, you don't, like I said, want to get into a battle at a hill, showing possibly your mushroom to the enemy without being able to fire at them. So they get easy shots and you freaking die. Okay, that is actually the end of the review. I hope it helped you out a lot. And I hope that you'll try out the freaking IS-7 Russian line, because it's worth it. If you do, good luck on the battlefield. And I want your comments. Tell me what you thought about this review. Give me a heads up if I should continue, because I do intend to run down the entire line. So 10 tanks. And have a great day. Stay awesome. And see you in the next video. Freaking what?